Good morning from the garden. It's Sunday morning. It's in the 7 o'clock hour. You know, this is my perfect time. So I'm going to try to do Sunday morning kind of unedited because y'all know I ain't got time to be editing things in the garden to give you all updates. So, like Sunday morning updates. Fingers crossed. As long as the weather's good, you know, that's my goal. So I always give my Sunday morning update. It might be one week. It's going to have to be a Monday morning. Oh, no, because I'll be back at work then. Figure it out. Anyway, I do come out most mornings. This is my time in the garden. On the weekends, because the kids don't have to go to school, I'm not helping to get them ready. This is my time. So usually on Saturdays and Sundays, as long as the weather's permitting, I come out early. I putter around out here before, like if the kids want to come outside and play and things like that. So I have my alone time in the garden. I've also been taking time in the evenings in the last few days out here because hold on. Because I was talking to a friend who gardens too, and she was talking about it's become such a chore and she's not enjoying it anymore and things like that. And so I want to have a balance between this being a job or something I'm working on and enjoying it because I did buy the furniture for out here. I do want to use the space in a social way, even if it's just relaxing in the garden in my yard, because that's part of my goal. So I've been sitting out here in the evening. It's like the kids go upstairs to go to sleep, and then I come out here about 8:30 some nights, and it's very peaceful. And I know you're like, but you live in Chicago, you live in the hood. It's very quiet around my house. It's not like I live by main streets. I'm in the middle of the block. There's not. It's very quiet and peaceful. My neighbors are, it's just a very. So I sit out here. I've been sitting out here for like 2 hours. The first time I did that, I didn't even notice it was 2 hours. I was just sitting there on my phone, just looking around at everything. And as the lights came on, um, and also, I did have what I like to call Wine Wednesday, which was a thing I used to do at my dance studio, or dance fitness studio when I owned it. A lot of times on Wednesdays, we would like get together after class. We would get together, drink some wine, chit chat. It's just like a girly time, right? So one of the people one of my old students was in town. She was in Florida, and so I decided to have Wine Wednesday, and it was so much fun. We were out here till like midnight, y'all, just chilling, talking. I made some pasta. We drank wine, we chit chatted. It was a really good time. And so I want to make sure I have those times out here. I don't want it to just be about me, oh, I'm coming out here and I'm doing this in the yard. I want to also have those moments of enjoyment in my yard. So it was really good. It was really good. So that's one. So that was what I did this week. So let's talk about my chores for today. Things that I'm working on, things that I've done this week, and I'll take you all through them. But the first thing I'm gonna talk about is Sunday. Every other Sunday, I think I did it last week, and I didn't do a garden update. Every other Sunday, I usually um, do a fertilize. I did use fish emulsion last week, but some are looking little. They looking a little wonky. So I'm gonna scratch in some. So I'm gonna throw in some plants on it. This is organic Espona. These are naturals. They use like this, and so look at what the cat did, y'all. She's trying to get in it. Just sitting right here, because this her yard. It ain't my yard. It's her yard. And she just allows me in it. She's allowing me to make it comfortable for her. That's all it is. Y'all want to see her? Look at her, just living the best life. She likes to come out during the day. I make sure I put out water for her, and she just chills. Eventually, she decides when she wants to come in. She has her little spots where she stays cool when it's too hot. Cause I be trying to tell her when it's 95 degrees out, but she just don't listen. But she has some spots she hides in and stays cool. I give her water, and then she's happy. Hey, Juicy, good girl. All right, so now y'all saw Juicy. Okay, so then I do that. Where they at? I had something I was gonna show y'all. Hold on. Okay, what I'm really gonna do is pick up some bone meal because um, I have flowering. I have flowers, and some of them haven't flowered yet, but they're very green and bushy. So I need to get them some bone meal, which is high in phosphorus. I was looking this up in order to help floral production, because your plants what they need. So got to do that. Um, so and oh, this is what I worked on last night. So I have some. So I'm still planting things because it's July, and I know you're like July. You still plant? Yes, because things will go into the fall, and usually the fall is pretty decent. It usually really doesn't start getting cold until like the end of October. So that means there's all of well, starting of July. So we have July, we have August, we have September, and we have October. Um, so like, and then of course the fall for stuff, but that's not what I'm talking about now. Okay, but anyway, so I have things that I need to pot up, that I finally need to pot up, and I might start a few more flowers today. So I had these pots that I picked up at the dollar store. And I'm people like, are they food grade? Yes, actually they are. But I wanted them to flower. So I have a soldering iron to do this with. And so then I put drainage holes in the bottom so that I could use it for potting. So that's ready. And then I had these pots, which are these pots that I bought, but I noticed that I noticed that they weren't really doing well because they had this one central hole um, for drainage, right? And so I had been noticing that things were not doing well. They're like drowning in it, and it occurred to me, oh, the drainage isn't good. So I took these in too, and I put holes in them. Most of them I put holes in them to like give it additional drainage so that now the water can go through better. So I'm gonna use these two because I was about to toss them out and I said, why are you tossing them out? You pay for these things. Let's improve them. So that was my improving them. Okay. So let's have a little more tea. I do have my water because it's 80 degrees, but it's beautiful. There's a nice breeze. So we're gonna enjoy this Sunday, but I'm gonna take you through, show you how it's looking, and then I'll get to my chores. So let's go. All right, first things first, I'm making more dirt. I have already started it. This is the compost and that soil I have, and then I just need to add the peat moss, stir it up so I can fill in some pots. All right. So let me let you see. So stepping up into this area. So the zinnias are starting to come out. They are looking so beautiful. Woo, this is gonna be so beautiful. I can't wait to like take more pictures and they really start flourishing. But there's the zinnias. This little thing is I put up snapdragons. They're struggling, but we're gonna see what happens. My lavender is starting to flower. This is the second year I've had it, and so now it's doing better. Every year they get better. Calendulas are doing well. See, this is what I'm talking about. My cosmos are flowering. Stock is still doing well. I gotta look at that. Now I see what it is. Those I have to deadhead because it's trying to go to seed. So I have to go through here and pull all these off in order for it to continue to. What I mean, pull them off. There are these pods coming in. You just break them off so that you want to make sure your flowers still flower. So what you want to always do is take off the dead. Once the flowers a little bit, take that off so that it will continue to grow flowers. Because if you don't, it'll go to seed. It'll say, "Oh, it's time to die." And so, see, this is Cosmos. Now, I think I'm going to use one of those pots I just showed you and thin this out and take a few out because I feel like it's a little too much in there. So, and I can move them around and have more flowers. Here's some more zinnias. These are greens and whites. Y'all, I got so many zinnias. I don't even remember what I did. Now, over here, this is looking sad and pathetic. Something killed that. I just gave it up to the birds. Now look at that perfect little um, lettuce. It's probably bolting because it's getting dark. Now my my basil was doing okay, so I got to do something. That's why I'm gonna give it some love, give it some attention, give it some fertilizer. All right. So then over here, these are not doing that well, and I got to figure it out. The peppers are kind of like droopy and sad. I don't know what's going on, but the green onions are good. Let me tell y'all something. I went to the store and bought green onions, forgetting that I had green onions growing all over here. So I'm gonna harvest them and do some things with them. All right, we got over here. These are tomatoes. They're starting to come in good. I thought I saw one. Oh, there's a little tomato coming in right there. And now this is basil, but what I'm doing is I'm pinching it. I need to harvest some, but I also need to pinch it to make sure it doesn't flower. But ooh, it smells good. Now I've got that gladiolas in there, the lemon balm and everything. These are all doing well. I have some, I got all these plants that I'm going to get into pots. And now the potatoes are starting to do well. This pot is doing really well. I just started this one. It's starting to look good. I'm going to have to heal this up. So that's part of what I need to do. Add a little more dirt to this one. Let me check it here. I think I don't need to add any more dirt, but I might just add a little more right in there because it looks a little low. Next up is the strawberry patch, and the strawberry patch is doing well. Every day I let Brooklyn come out and pick the good strawberries. I'm teaching her not to take every strawberry, but only the red. So I'm gonna let her come out and take them out. You can see there's some reds. So I'm teaching her not to take them out before they're ripe because she's like, strawberries. Something's eating my sage. But I think I'm gonna start some more and take the good leaves off of this one and get them ready. Even though I had a lot of sage from last year. The tomato, these are peppers also. And I'm starting to get some peppers on this one. The rest of them are starting to flower. So we want to see how many we get because I'm seeing flowers. We got to see how many actually pollinate and come and start producing. The tomatoes are getting big and starting to flower, but I think the heat has been bothering. So I'm starting to make sure. The thing with tomatoes, if you've never grown them, they self-pollinate. What you got to do is shake the stems a little bit to make sure they do. So I'm starting to get Amish paste. The San Marzanos are coming in. And then, of course, I have basil and things underneath and the marigolds. Marigolds are looking good. All right, let's talk big bed. This I have got to take out. I'm about to pull all this romaine for salads for this week because it's time for it to come out. So I'm going to cut this all out because it's about to bolt. My beans are coming in. Listen, y'all. This one is doing some good things. So this one is doing really well. And it has given me a couple of beans here and there. So, and I see some more about to come. So I'm excited. And then I have more that I started. And we're going to see how these go. Because beans seem to be pretty easy. Now, this is the great earwig experiment. I'm trying to kill these things. So let's see, did I do it? Some in here. Oh, it's a bunch, y'all. Look. Can y'all see all in there? Okay, it was a bunch of earwigs living in here. And so the natural way to kill earwigs is to use vegetable oil and soy sauce. You put it in a shallow bowl or something, and then the soy sauce attracts them, and they can't get out of the oil. So this was just overnight, baby. I'd have killed a bunch. Oh, I'm excited. Okay, next up, I need to harvest the celery. So I'm gonna start some more. So I'm about to take all the celery out. I'm gonna freeze a lot of it that's here. I've given away quite a bit. So I'm gonna cut this out today and freeze what I can, and then use the tops to make celery salt and dehydrate some to make celery salt. All right. Cucumbers are starting to do their thing. These are shallots, and this is called the onion scapes. They're looking good. The cucumbers are doing well. They're starting to flower. That's a female. You can tell because she's ready for that. But then I got to wait for male flowers. So I'm checking and I have a few cucumbers over here, but I got to check to see so I can pollinate them. So hopefully I'll get some cucumbers soon. All right. And finally, Brussels sprouts are coming. You can see the Brussels sprouts are coming in really nicely. So they'll be ready to harvest in about a month. Okay, so and finally, I want to finish up how this area looks, right? Because I like it. I have this thing about symmetry. So you see I have two blue pots there, two blue pots on the other end. At the very end by the strawberry patch, I had the one lonely pot. So I have another pot that I need to fill. So that's going to be on the agenda to do in the next couple of days. Get that all filled in and put together. Okay, so the goal is by July 15th to have this all done. This and the front. And I'm going to show y'all the front. I guess I should show y'all how bad it looks, right? And then so you can see how I wound up getting it where it is. Anyway, so what I want to say. Okay, so the goal is by July 15th, I have this all set. Not like, oh, I'm done gardening, but set. I've got all the mulch down. I've got the pots together, all potted in, most of them. And then I can honestly settle down and just do maintenance and prepare for fall. Like start some things that I want to start, which I need to start a few more things now. So that's why I made all this dirt. So start some things, and really just be able to like sit back and enjoy a little more. Like I'm starting to do now, like I said, but I just wanted to feel like, oh, okay, and I'm just watching and monitoring and things like that because I want it to give me peace and give me, a sense of accomplishment, of course, but also just like, wow, I'm doing it. And then like things that I, start thinking about the fall and next year. And now I want to do different and change up and things like that. So it's like a never ending thought process. But I do want to like just relax a little more and invite friends over. And I'm actually thinking about doing a dinner party thing in here. Um, Listen, I always think of ways that I can make some money off of something. And so I'm working on something and hopefully it will pan out and I will let you all know later what it is and how it goes, if it does. All right, y'all. It's Sunday in the garden. You'll see the updates of everything I've done by next week. Hopefully by next Sunday, it'll be like, y'all, it's beautiful and I just show off. That would be awesome. Fingers crossed. All right. Bye bye.